Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Bring It On. Let's finish exploring Blackwater, and then we'll confront the big man himself. Alright, the triple fin helmet. This helmet gives its wearer one additional gore attack per round that deals 1d8 cold iron damage with a +2 enhancement bonus to attack and damage rolls. Actually, I'm going to give that to my paladin. It almost matches the armor. I'll leave it equipped. Now we have to find that other sonic door. There it is.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
A few things not necessarily going in our favor at the moment.
Cover me, alright?
Make sure he doesn't get back up. Also, Nenio is really good in this area.
Into the fray.
Between Phantasmal Killer and Weird. She does pretty good.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Alright, we got Eluding Swing. Whenever this +3 Ghost Touch Light Mace confirms a critical hit, wielder is affected with the effect of Invisibility Greater Spell for 1d4 rounds. That's pretty good. We got another Flaming Lockpick Fuel, so we go back here and pop this door open.
This is my kind of work.
Its red lights flash ominously, and the strange mechanism begins to emit a low hum. After running an eye over the front panel, you notice 3 half-faded pictographs. The first looks like a symbol for fire, the second might be a symbol for wind, and the third reminds you of the imprint of a hand. Alright, figure out how this device works. After a great deal of effort, you determine that the device is supposed to send signals to a person in a neighboring room. It seems that is where they conducted the experiments involving dangerous substances. The hand symbol must have been a signal for a worker to bring a dangerous item into the room, or to remove one. The wind symbol presumably initiates the air filtration systems, and the symbol of fire must incinerate everything inside. Since you don't know exactly what kind of gas the room is filled with, trying to set it on fire would be unwise. The best course of action seems to be to get rid of the source of the contamination first, then pump out any potentially dangerous air, and only then cleanse everything with fire. Alright, press the hand symbol. The device seems to wink at you with one of its red lights, and begins to emit a low, soothing hum. Press the wind symbol. and press the fire symbol. That's my, not animal companions, but pocket companions, my Pokemon, to leave the room before everything lit on fire.
Follow if you dare.
The glass dome is the fragile barrier that separates you from the deadly gas. Only a madman could have created a weapon so misguided and so lethal. The fragments of the smashed glass dome appear to have melted, as if the glass was eaten away by the gas that was previously held inside it. Oh, we got certainty of death. Whenever this Holy Dwarven Urgrosh lands a hit, but doesn't deal any physical damage, the next hit deals force damage instead of the normal piercing or slashing weapon damage. With that, we should be good to rest up,
I'm off.
then proceed to the boss. Yeah, Demon Slayer soup. It's the one I end up making the most. It's really good. The +3 cooking bonus to attack and damage rolls, and all skill checks and saving throws for a day.
How'd you know you don't got long to live? You look healthy enough to me.
But that's because I'm secretly coughing into a lace handkerchief that's becoming stained with blood as my condition progresses.
And we failed it. That's okay. I mean, we're not quite corrupted, but we don't have to rest again. So I think regardless, we'll go and activate... this.
I'm always ready.
Then we'll return to the Sonic Bridge, buff up, cross the Rubicon, and confront 100 Face. That's a silly name. That's something a kid would come up with. Oh yeah, well I'm 100 Face. The corruption of the Abyss recedes in the face of the cleansed relic's sanctified power.
It's time to act! They'll take care of it. I am never wrong. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi. Ona adayana. Ona adayana. Ronda travi. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi.
Together we stand. Adayana. Inimos Travisi. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Inimosi Travisi.
Don't mind me.
I will lend you my aid.
Also, I should be using this instead. We can use it on Obrig, because you can't use a large person on Obrig while he's in Griffin form. The legendary proportion should still increase his stats.
I'm here. Where else would I be?
Are we in trouble yet?
And only at the cost of one priceless fossil. Well, it's not really doesn't have to be a fossil. Dinosaurs obviously exist, as we see with Bismuth. So it could be a modern day dinosaur boat. Alright, we should be all set. Let's go pick a fight.
I'm gone.
Now, before we run in there, let's get our summons out.
The world has suffered enough.
I'm always ready.
We will win
Ask nicely.
this war.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge.
Alright, quick save, and in we go.
We do it my way.
Mage's voice is quiet, matter of fact. You've demonstrated superior abilities. We're impressed. We greet you, candidate. Who are you? We're 100 Face, the Mind Engineer, the alloy of mortal and immortal. We oversee this community. Realize you've seen this face before. The cow-shrouded visage of the Kellet Velg. What told you about this place? The top of 100 Face's skull has been removed like the others, and the crown he's wearing is much larger and more intricate. Hey, I know you. True. Your arrival was planned in accordance with the schedule. Given that the original host body possesses the most advanced functionality, we use it to convince you to come. We're satisfied with the fact that you arrived within the scheduled time limits, as did all previous candidates. The calculations do not require adjustment. The original host name does not matter, and neither does the history of his existence. We are not what he was. We have long surpassed the limitations of a mortal creature's mind. The singular personality was split in order to achieve complexity of thought. Now we are a collective. We're 100 Face. So many fancy words, but it's also simple. You used to be human, then you became a monster. That's it. So you even turned yourself into a machine. True. The exhaustion and deterioration of living tissue reach critical levels. But For the purposes of continuation of function, a number of measures were taken. The decision was considered acceptable. The procedure resulted in the duration of existence being extended by an undefined length of time, which will prove sufficient for the discovery of permanent solutions. Why have you lured me here? The question requires a multi-part response. First, we've been testing our location's deterrent system. The deterrent system has been judged unsatisfactory. A judgment based on this observation is required. Second, we've been testing you. You have been deemed a satisfactory candidate. You'll be subjected to the modernization procedure. Third, we've been searching for a fitting specimen as a replacement to our elite field combat unit. Your abilities have been deemed extraordinary. The modernization procedure will be modified in order to take the specimen's peculiar properties into account. We are satisfied to the highest degree and are experiencing a state of euphoria. We wish to inform you that you will serve as a leader of our army. What are you doing here? We're conducting the project, implementing its schedule, and gathering an army. By incrementally enhancing countermeasures, we're attracting increasingly more dangerous opponents to absorb their abilities through modernization and amalgamation. The next scheduled phase is to attract a high volume of non-mortal opponents, such as the demons of the World Wound. The chances of victory are adequate. How did you convince the Sarkorians to serve you? The manipulative approach was deemed optimal. The specimens were motivated by the promise of assistance. Mistrust was suppressed through the weakening of their identity's basic elements, such as hope, religious beliefs, or ethical limitations. Insubordination was suppressed through internal purges. So that's how it is. Use the people's last hope to destroy the last shreds of their humanity, and no one stopped you yet. My claws are itching to rip your gears apart. You're just playing with the lives of others. True. Playing a game is the preferred default activity for the most advanced intellects. The mind's purpose is to play and find the optimal strategy to achieve total victory. How do you bend mortals to your will? You cannot comprehend the intricacies of our work. It is highly probable that you assume that the key is the direct cerebral connection, but that is an insignificant accomplishment within our project. Our true genius is embodied in the device you are observing at this moment. It collects external thoughts that are then translated into generic signs, stored, transformed, and sent back as commands. This process is efficient. The cognition circlet receives a command and compels the body to execute it. It expels all redundant and resistant elements from the specimen's mind. Our device is the pinnacle of scientific thought, a mechanism created by a mortal being. It surpasses its creator in every aspect. It is the beginning of a new era, a gateway to the future. It allows us to control our servants. We're holding them at the tip of our thoughts. Our soldiers have forgotten the meaning of fear. We've erased it from their hearts and minds. They have forgotten their lives. Reclaimed space has been used to store knowledge of combat arts and mastery of Numerian weapons. They know no pain, and their bodies remain obedient to the cognition circlets, no matter the wounds they sustain. Until their functionality is lost completely, they'll execute the commands. Observe. Even physiological death failed to make many of them abandon their posts. Is this not the perfect army? Should you not be bowing before our genius, and thanking us for revealing the truth? This is horrific. We've been fighting demons and cultists for so long, I'd forgotten the vile misdeeds mortals can commit, without any prompting from the Abyss. All these never-before-seen mechanisms, how did you obtain them? They were procured in the depths of Numeria. We executed a series of expeditions into Silver Mount, where we discovered these and many other pieces. Killing noise, chambers of eternal life, artificial creatures, technology. Even Hundred Faces and passive voice tenses upon uttering the last word. These items are crafted from sky metals. They are not from Galarian. They're created under the light of other stars. The Technic League in Numeria extracts such machines from the ground. They think they can understand their essence and claim them. False. The nations of Galarian are underdeveloped beyond measure compared to the creators of these items, and their failure is therefore assured. Only the device that we assembled is capable of fully grasping technology. Attack. I won't submit to you. False. We'll now begin the preparations for modernization.
This will be quick.
Alright, so we can't attack him yet. We have to disable these. Look, there's traps around too. Alright, there's the other enemies. I never noticed they came up on elevators. I thought they were here from the get-go.
This is my kind of work.
Don't hold back. Strike.
There we go. Just have to take out 100 face and you're all set. A standby. Immediate extermination has been considered ineffective. The viability of our host has been compromised. The probability of death is estimated at 100%. The device must not cease its operations. We're ready to transfer the device's control codes to you. But why are you giving your creation over to me? Self-perfection. We approach self-perfection by increasing the complexity of the structures we develop. The device is the most perfect and the most complex of the structures of our making. Its continued operation will guarantee the successful completion of our function. 100 Face starts speaking in Halit, the language of Numeria. His voice takes on an almost physical presence. His words are impressed upon your mind with such force, you doubt you will ever be able to forget them. Upon completing his task, 100 Face gives an approving nod. The code that controls the device is now known to you. Use it. Its potential is limitless. It will run the necessary procedures on mortal candidates with no need for your input. You'll be able to make use of the results. Awaiting affirmative response.
They will break against our resolve.
You should have run.
He just drops a heavy crossbow. The device greets your approach with majestically cold indifference. Judging by the sounds it makes, it's continuing its frightening and monumental work even after its owner's death. Examine the device. The device makes all of 100 Face's other creations look like pathetic tin handicrafts. Its inner workings reveal an array of perfect geometric forms, and a large crystal covered in minuscule engravings hovers, suspended, at its very center. A wave of energy it emits envelops you. This crystal contains tremendous power. It is the writing on its surface that directs that power. It feels as if the device itself is a living creature, one that is merely sleeping. For now. Figure out how the device works. Recalling all that you've ever read or heard about the Numerian arts of technomancy, fully understand the sheer genius of 100 Face. Did he even realize what he'd created? That the function for which he was using the device, controlling enslaved warriors, was but a shred of its true potential. One might as well use a finely tuned astronomical instrument as a paperweight. The key unique feature of the device is its ability to read and process the thoughts of sentient creatures. By absorbing them into the crystal that serves as its heart, it breaks complex thoughts and emotions down into basic, clear symbols, readable by anyone. It perceives deeply personal feelings, and casually assimilates any experience, no matter how unique. It learns, and what it learns is everything. 100 Face's army provided it with many thoughts and emotions, but the device hungers for something more. Observing this magnificent monster is both breathtaking and terrifying. Destroy the device that should not exist in this world. The device refuses to die. You watch as clouds of metallic dust erupt from its depths and gather around the parts you've damaged, restoring their original condition. You hear a low scraping noise coming from the core of the mechanism, like a giant tossing and turning in its steel cradle, shaking off sleep. Now that you've attacked the device, it tries to awaken, to become more complex in order to protect itself. Without wasting another moment, call upon all your power and deliver a single, unstoppable, deadly blow. It tears the massive crystal heart from the depths of the device. The mechanism thrashes around like a beast in agony, until at last, it goes still. And if we go back... somewhere over here. I should have access to one last room. That was on this side somewhere. It's not that one. Not that one. That's Chief Kara's arena. Oh, here it is. I know, you tried to open that door. Did I? Not after we got the ability to unlock it. The half-assembled magical device looks as incomprehensible as it does absurdly unviable.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Knowledge allows you to recognize the contours of a new deadly weapon in the deranged diagram, one based on Numerian technology. Also, what did his use magic device? It said it was 34. Or 33. We got the Numerian Greatsword. I think it's a really cool looking weapon. Alright, so the Numerian Greatsword. This +3 Greatsword is merged with Numerian technology. Once per day, the wielder can activate one of 5 enhancements for a number of rounds equal to half the wielder's level. Fiber Muscles. The primary subject of Fiber Muscles gains a +4 enhancement bonus to dexterity and strength scores, and a +4 enhancement bonus to mobility skill checks. That's not that great because at this point, you have a lot of equipment that gives you +4 enhancement bonuses to whatever attributes you need. Augmented Heart. The primary subject of Augmented Heart gains a +6 enhancement bonus to Constitution score and Fortification 25. That's not too bad. I don't think there's any +6s to Constitution yet. Maybe one of Obrig's items. And Fortification 25 is pretty good. That's 25% chance not to take a critical hit. As you have Lesser Fortification, I think Moderate Fortification, which is 50% chance not to take a critical hit, and then got the adjective for the last fortification, but it's 75% chance not to take a critical hit. Force Shield. The shield is supported by some generator in this dungeon. It grants the wearer a +4 shield bonus to armor class. Magic missiles and similar abilities can bypass it. That's pretty good though, because if you're two-handing a weapon like this, you normally don't get a shield bonus unless you can cast the spell shield. Stainless Skin. The primary subject of Stainless Skin gains a +4 natural armor bonus to armor class, and a +4 bonus to armor class against touch attacks. That's okay. Then we have Bark Skin and other ways to gain natural armor. Upgraded Neural System. The primary subject of the upgraded Neural System gains a +4 enhancement bonus to intelligence score. DC of saving throws against spells and abilities they use is increased by 2. I don't care for that one. Really, the defensive ones are the best ones in my opinion, but... Eventually that'll become obsolete.
My skills are
But we're done here for now.
absolute.
Or forever, actually. We don't ever have to come back to this dungeon. Now, if you choose to take the device, or keep the device active and use it, that does create a decree for the crusade management. I don't know if I've ever actually taken it. They have
I
destroyed
do
it in
what I must.
every run so far. Just make sure I didn't miss any uniques. Then what I'm actually going to do is re-enter. I want to make sure I didn't miss any loot. So just re-enter. I'll open up the map and check. Nope, we're all set. Alright, I'm going to call it here. Next time we will enter Dresden, take care of any housekeeping we've missed, and then we're going to set out for the Desolate Hovel. We're going to save the Ivory Sanctum for last. And go from there. But either way for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.